Hey guys, I'm back with another video for you guys, and today's video, I have to give fair warning because this one might be a hard one to watch. I'm going to be talking about a situation that Leticia, aka Love Notes for TLC, shared on a recent video. You know, the one thing that I have actually loved about this quote-unquote community is that regardless of the drama or the disdain that people might have for one another, when it comes to animals, it seems to be the one thing that all of us are very passionate about. And it seems to be the one thing that tends to bring this fractured community together. When it comes to any type of neglect or abuse towards an animal, we all seem to come together and speak up in defense of any wrongdoings towards an animal. So with that said, that is why I felt compelled to share this part of Leticia's story, as ugly as it might be. Now I'm going to play a clip where Leticia talks about killing a litter of puppies. So fair warning, please, please, if this is something that you don't want to hear, you can't stomach it, I understand it. I know that this upset a lot of people in this community, myself included. I was just like, what? So maybe I'll put little markers in, so if you see the marker come up, go ahead and fast forward to the next marker. Maybe I'll put in a little picture. But, you know, after hearing this, I just had so many things that I wanted to say about this situation. And I also have many concerns learning of the situation. So I'm going to play the clip. I'll put the markers in. As I said before, you know, if you don't want to listen to how she went about killing the puppies, it is something that's really hard to listen to. So if you don't want to hear that part, I will put the markers in. Just go, you know, when you see the first marker, go ahead and skip forward to the next marker. That's for anybody who just doesn't want to hear the details or hear her explanation of what she did or why she did it. It's disturbing, but I'm going to play the clip, put in the markers. Remember, if you don't want to hear it, just skip forward to the next marker.
At one point, too, my dog had gotten impregnated by this stray dog, and I didn't know what to do with the puppies. They were pit bull puppies, and in the area in the south that I was living, nobody wants pit bull puppies. And I was so sad because they taught us when at the first pet store that I worked at, he taught us that putting animals in the freezer was the most humane thing to do for them. And at that time, I was on a lot of psychiatric meds too, you know, trying to go through my stuff and trying to figure this out. And I knew nobody wanted those puppies. And I stuck them in a bag and put them in the freezer and heard their whimpering cries as they died. And I'm so horrified that I did that, that I caused that. That was like 8 lives, and that just horrifies me.
First off, I would like to know when this incident occurred. Was it when Leticia had custody of her daughter? In the clip, you hear Leticia say that she was on a lot of psychiatric drugs, so it had me curious. Had the incident occurred at the time of her having her daughter in her custody? Apparently, if she was in her custody, she was in more of a stable mental state, if you will. So her faulting being under the influence of psychiatric drugs as a reasoning that she had the ability to kill those puppies just didn't fly with me. It doesn't fly with me. It doesn't sit well with me.
I mean, that is something that I've had to like repent for and seek some type of peace, because I feel for everything around me, and when I've done things like that, it hurts my soul so deeply you don't even know. There are hardly any tears that come up anymore, but
She can sit here and excuse her heartless actions all she wants, but in my opinion, she didn't even seek other options. She could have called an animal shelter and asked for advice and information. She could have sought advice on what to do with the pups. Perhaps there was some type of rescue program set up especially for pit bulls. But she did none of the above. Instead, she killed the puppies because she thought, well, in her words, I knew nobody would want them. But was there a whole different reason? Was there another reason why she wanted to get rid of those pit bull puppies? And I say yes. And I'll get to that in a little bit.
But when I was coming off my meds and everything and rationalizing what I had done and just recognizing that I had done wrong, that was the most harsh pill to swallow, because I was in such denial. Like, these puppies didn't need to exist, but somebody could have maybe had them, but I don't know.
So there you hear her say, you know, she was thinking more clearly, she was cleared from the psychiatric fog, and she was able to see that what she did was wrong. That it was wrong and inhumane killing those puppies, and was regretful. Now keep that in mind, because I have a valid point to make with this. I have another clip to play for you. In it, she seems rather smug that people are judging her for killing the puppies. As I said earlier, any harm to any animal is something that this community will not tolerate. No one should be expected to tolerate any type of animal abuse, animal cruelty, period. So let's play the clip and talk about it.
People are like that. They just forget about you and they just don't care. And they'll pinpoint one flaw about you. Oh my God, you killed a bunch of puppies. Oh my God. Believe me, if I could have had it any other way, I would have. But those puppies would have been a nuisance to everyone. And also too, like I said, there was a pit bull ban in the city, around the city area, I think. And so you weren't even supposed to have them even in the county. You were watched closely and you had to have rabies shots. I wasn't gonna be sitting there like, what the hell? Nobody would want those puppies anyway. So, and the father, he was a fence hopper, and he was just like a crazy, he was just a crazy hound dog. And he, you know, I don't know, some kind of hound terrier sort of mix. And it would have been not good.
Now, did you catch that? Remember, in the first clip, she said it was her dog that was impregnated by a stray dog. She didn't say what type of dog, so I figured it was a stray that perhaps was the pit bull, right? If pit bulls are banned, she wouldn't have a pit bull. However, in the second clip, she said it was a hound terrier or something like that that impregnated her dog, which would mean she was the one with the pit bull. So if there was a ban on pit bulls, why did she own a pit bull? So my assumption is this. She killed those puppies because she did not want to get in trouble for owning the pit bull. If there was a ban, I'm sure that came with fines. I'm sure there would be a fine for not having the dog spayed, being a neglectful owner. The pit bull was not spayed, and as a result, now here are these pit bull puppies. So to sum it up, I think she got rid of the puppies because she didn't want to get in trouble. Not so much that she knew she couldn't find homes for them. She didn't want to get in trouble because she owned the pit bull. Now, regardless of any of that, regardless of all of that, she never gave those puppies a chance. As I said, this incident left me with more questions and concerns. Now, I have mentioned a few of my questions. Now let me voice my concerns. My concern, my sole concern, is the safety of this unborn child. With this puppy incident, Leticia now says she's horrified that she was able to actually do something like that. But remember, she used the excuse of it being because she was under the influence of psychiatric drugs at the time. So fast forward today. According to Leticia, she is no longer on any of those psychiatric drugs, and she claims to have healed herself through a vegan diet, and she only uses medical marijuana. Yes, she is still using that while claiming to be pregnant. And according to Leticia, she claims that she's in a better headspace now than she was at the time of the incident. Now hear me out. So we are to believe that when Leticia killed those little puppies, those 8 puppies, she had no other option, and she was in a psychiatric haze, which is what allowed her to do such a thing, correct? Because that's the story she's selling us. So, Leticia can now see how horrific and deranged putting 8 innocent little puppies in the freezer was. But yet, now that she's a little bit more clear-minded, because she's not on these psychiatric drugs, she thinks it's okay making horrendous threats to her unborn child? My mind could not make any sense of this. I can't make sense of it at all. But again, I'm a rational person who's not living in a world of delusion. I've seen it said by a few people, just let her be. She's not hurting anyone. On the contrary, this person needs help. And I do not mean by the means of PayPal, e-cards for food. She needs actual mental health help. You know, so many times when something horrible happens and someone goes, if you will, postal on innocent people, you'll often hear, well, if we only saw the signs. Leticia is walking around with a damn neon sign above her, yet people just want to look away. As for myself, I hope and I pray that the proper authorities will possibly see her videos or see some of the videos that are being shared about her that is shedding light on her absolute absurdities and the malicious threats towards her unborn child. I do. I hope that. I hope that they can find her, they can give her the help that she needs, but more importantly, that they can give this unborn child the help that it deserves. As I sit here today, I just stop and I think to myself, what happens if she really gets in the mindset that they're going to take this baby from me? I won't get to see this baby. She's already thinking that. She's going to feel backed in the corner. And who's going to suffer? That poor baby is. And I think that's what many of us are really concerned about. That's the root of our concern, is that unborn child. If she had the ability to put 8 innocent puppies in the freezer and recount the story without even, shedding a tear. Oh, my tears are all dried up. She's disconnected. And it's scary. It's scary to think the possibilities that could happen to this unborn child because she's putting the threats out there like nothing. It's absolutely heartbreaking and disgusting. So, that's all I have to say about any of this for now, because I'm not going to keep quiet. I'm not going to keep quiet about this until she's gotten the help that she needs. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Remember, each and every one of you are awesome. Now go out there and make it a stellar day.